You may be wondering, how come I am still having anxiety and overthinking after all these years, and how come in times it's getting worse? Well, welcome to this class today, and I hope to give you some information that will enlighten you on how you can get to the root of the anxiety and overthinking you may still be struggling with without prescription meds or having to spend more years in therapy. So if you are ready to do something right away about your painful problem, which is your anxiety, overwhelm, overthinking, fears, depression, you name it, trauma, you're in the right place. So first of all, I want to go over a few points that you might be able to relate to. You've been trying to take a pill to get through the day. You try to control your thoughts. It feels almost impossible. Years of therapy with only temporary relief, and you're just still confused about why your life in certain situations and relationships are the way they are. You have trouble getting a good night's sleep, you have dark, sometimes even suicidal thoughts, and you want to be treated better by all people in all areas of your life. You're living with this unease, this heaviness that just takes you over. You feel stuck and you can't connect or be present with others or loved ones. And you hear about self-love. I get this question a lot. What is self-love, self-confidence, ambition? And you just don't know where to begin, how to even cultivate this. So some tools I want to help you develop right away will help you break free of your anxiety and overthinking, even if you have felt confused and hopeless. You'll feel lighter and happier, and you'll have better relationships and be treated better by others. You'll be able to transform your anger into empowerment, because behind anger, our boundaries have been pushed. Anger is not bad. It's our signal we need to do something. You want to be able to have the tools to calm your mind and body and to be able to focus and connect when you have felt very disconnected. So my goal is to help you overcome your incessant thinking, fears, and anxiety, to be able to connect and have love with yourself, others, the divine, and to live the best life you can. So first, who am I? Well, I healed complex PTSD. I struggled for years with awful symptoms like overthinking and anxiety, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was trauma. So I took everything that I learned over a decade, that it took me a lot of trial and error and struggle, and I took the 12 simple steps that I found healed me without having to use medication or continue talk therapy, and I put them into a program called the Holden Release Method so I could give back to others everything I wish I knew at the time when I was really suffering. So I became certified as a trauma specialist. I help people release trauma out of their bodies. And I've also studied psychology and neurolinguistic programming. I've been a coach for almost 20 years. I also wrote a book called Can You Please Talk to My Trauma? Because I started my career working around Hollywood celebrities that were successful but not happy. And then my book takes you on this journey of understanding what is trauma by explaining how I went through my own trauma and how I healed it. So there is a way to regulate your emotional state, to be able to manage stress and triggers as they come up so you're not getting overwhelmed, to not rely on medication or keep searching for other modalities, so you can be free from fear and anxiety lurking around the corner and be open to new opportunities that are in alignment with who you are and be around like-minded people that make you better. Have the tools to separate your past self from your present self. We want to get over the past and to become a whole new version, better version of yourself, living in peace, starting your day with confidence, feel calm and clear in the mind and body, and basically have fun, healthy relationships. All of this comes with working on yourself. And to handle stress and balance work and family life better, be present with the ones you love, draw in new relationships full of mutual love and respect, wake up calm and clear, and feel a deeper connection on a whole new level to something bigger than yourself. So why you may be feeling stuck is because if you have been taking medication or prescription drugs, it's just a Band-Aid. It just covers what is deep down needs to come out. And years in therapy keeps us in that same trauma loop. We need to get out of the head and into the body, which I'll talk about in a minute here. And people tell me all the time they want to learn to meditate, but they have no idea how. Well, when we have felt very disconnected and we're holding a lot of old emotional stress, it's very hard to focus the mind. And why working on your relationships doesn't work is because you got to work on you first. So my three favorite strategies that I do with people, and I want to go over with you just a few minutes here, is getting to the root of it all, drop out of the head and into the body, and completion resolution. I'll go into those a little bit more right here. So at the root of all our pain is some kind of unresolved event, a pattern, call it trauma or stress. We may be very unaware of these and they have not been addressed, so they keep coming out throughout our lives because they want attention. And our nervous system operates our fight, flight, freeze responses. And so when we don't get to have these innate healthy responses and come out of the freeze, we stay stuck. So in order to tap into our instincts and intuition and do these fight, flight, come out of the freeze responses, we need to learn how to drop out of our head and into our bodies so we can listen to what is really happening. I love helping people with this. So some simple facts. When you own your part, what can I learn from this? Honor your truth. The truth sets you free, and get the support you never had at the time you needed it the most. You will start making big changes fast. So the old way of working on stress is people work out, they work with the mind, they see different doctors and therapists, modalities, yoga, breathing techniques. These are the people that come to me and they're saying it's still not working. So does this make sense to you? When you try so hard to feel better, but you can't, but if people don't unwind from the root of the problem, it's like pulling a weed out by the weed. We need to pull it out by the roots. So in order to feel better, we have to unwind the nervous system by the root. So the new way is we find the root of the problem, like I just said. We work with what is being held in the body, not just the mind, and we release the stored adrenaline from the nervous system. This adrenaline is what bubbles up to the brain and creates all sorts of emotional stress, because this adrenaline is what was created when we went through stressful, hard times and we didn't have those healthy responses. The body is like a baby or a pet. It doesn't know time. It wants what it wants now. So then we get to regulate the nervous system and come into a state of balance, find clarity and understanding, and then this creates so much calm and peace and healthier relationships. You get to step into your self-confidence. When you put yourself first and do this work, the sky's the limit. You start to honor yourself. This is self-love. And working on yourself is self-love and self-confidence. So the discovery that I learned from doing this work, I thought I could do it all on my own. I thought I could get over my painful trauma and my anxiety. No, I needed support. So when I was stuck, it was just buried. And when I finally reached out and got help, I was amazed at how nice it was to receive wisdom and guidance from somebody that could help me. And this is what I love to give back to others. I learned how important it was to drop out of the head into the body. I didn't even know what was going on in my body at the hardest times in my life. Now that's what I listen to. And this is a huge shift. We actually have to do this first before we can move forward. And then we develop healthy boundaries and healthier relationships. And once my anxiety and fear began to shift and diminish, I just wanted more. So now you have a choice. You can either stay stuck with anxiety and overthinking, because we always have choices. The tension, unhealthy relationships where your boundaries continue to be pushed, or you can ask for help. You can get the support you need, talk to others that are doing the same thing, and live the life you deserve in peace. So here's how I can help you today. I always talk to somebody before I work with them. We get on a brief call. I hear a little bit about you. I tell you how I work and the program I created, a wonderful group of supported people and what it's like. And we'll go over a plan that works just right for you to get you where you're not. And if it's not a good fit, at least I can guide you to some resources you could do right away to help. So who this is for, the people who are ready to do the work to be free of your symptoms and move forward from your past so you can find joy and the happiness you were born to live, and that you have a will to change for the better. You have to look at yourself, be willing to do the work, and allowing me to help guide you. So what you can do right away is you'll see the link below to schedule a call with me on my calendar, put in your time zone. And why I'm doing this is because I love to see people get off harmful medications that have stuffed their pain down and release all this tension. And their bodies become younger, lighter, more beautiful. They are so happy. It gives me joy every day to work with people like this. And yeah, my clients, their bodies and minds become clear and they are able to live much better lives. So I would love to talk to you and meet you if this sounds like it's the right fit for you. Please go ahead and schedule your call below, and I can't wait to meet you. Thanks for taking your time today.